Hi guys, so I'm here to do a video on a Cuban cigar, at least a fake Cuban cigar, so I wanted to cut it open because I've read a lot of things about fake Cuban cigars, and I've seen a lot of videos about fake Cuban cigars and the possibilities of what's inside of them. So I happened to be on vacation a couple weeks ago. I was out on a cruise with my family, and in one of the ports I met a gentleman who also happened to be on vacation with us, and he happened to be smoking a cigar, and I was like, wow, that smells nice. He says, oh yeah, it's a Cuban cigar. He says, I've got a whole bunch of them. I've got friends that, bring them in for me, whatever. You're more than welcome to have one. I said, hey, I'd buy one from you. And he goes, nah, that's okay. I'll give you one. So I, it was very nice of him. And so I went ahead and, I took him up on the offer, got a cigar. At first I looked at it and says, wow, this is really nice, and then I started to look at it a little bit closer and realized that, this may be one of the better looking fake ones. Because they kind of went a little bit extra on this one, but even with that, there is a lot of indications on the label when you look at it closely that it is fake. And again, I didn't pay anything for it. The guy was nice enough to give me one, so I wanted to do a video on it, and this is the cigar here, and show you guys the cutting. So there's things when you look at it closely, at first, and I'm trying to get this in focus here. I'm trying to get as close to the camera as possible. It's got the little hologram over here. If you look at it, which one of the things that right away I was like, oh wow, look at that. It's got to be real. You can't really see it on the camera. I'm trying to get it really close, but the hologram actually has the words inside of it that are supposed to say Cuban and Behike. All right. Closer look at it, I realized that the hologram itself doesn't even say Cohiba. It actually says Coliba. It was misspelled. And Behike was also misspelled with an L. Instead of Behike, it says Belike. So, obviously, whoever created this label went the extra mile to try to make it look real, but there was a lot of obvious errors there. One of the other things that I noticed is if you look here, the Cohiba right there is off-centered. Okay. Also, one of the things that a lot of people say for is look at the boxes. If you look at the box on the top row, it's cut off by the gold line on the top here. Although it has a lot of great little features that would make the average Joe think it's real. Even the raised little design over here. Trying to get this focused on there. But with that said, it's got the little pigtail, which the Behike is known for. It's got the triple cap on there, or at least appears to have a triple cap, which is also one of the ways to identify, real from fake. Overall, the construction of the cigar is pretty good, although it does have a lot of veins, which are usually not so noticeable in the genuine Cuban cigars. Other than that, like I said, the label was the biggest giveaway. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy open right here. We're going to unravel it. And what I want to know is what's really inside this cigar. There's going to be one of two things. Either this is going to be a good cigar, not Cuban, of course, but it's either going to be a good cigar that has been relabeled, or this is going to be a really bad cigar that has been labeled to pretend to be something that it's not, because like those of you who've watching this video and probably have seen others, they say that sometimes these cigars are rolled up with the scraps that are found on the floors of these factories that make the cigars. So let's find out together what's really in here. I'm not going to smoke this because, again, I don't know what's in here. So with that said, I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to get this camera in focused over here. And there we go. Try to get you as close as possible so you can see this shot when I'm cutting the cigar. There we go. All right, I think we're close enough here. Good enough. All right, so I have my little trusty cutter here. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut the head off of here so that we can take the wrapper off the cigar. So go right here. I'm trying to cut it without breaking the leaf, the outer wrapper. And this thing is pretty sharp, so I wish I had something a little sharper, but that's okay. There we go. As best as I could cut it. We'll put that to the side. Okay. All right. Oh, yep, let's take that label off. All right. And there goes. First thing we're going to look at is the label. I mean, it is a good quality paper. It really is. And even looking from the back, the words Cohiba and Behike are embossed, which is pretty good. Like I said, they did a great job with this label, but there is a lot of obvious flaws. Like I said, I can't get the camera in focus to that hologram there, but that hologram has misspelled words, okay? So let's put that aside with the cap. And let's begin to unravel the wrapper on this cigar. So I am looking for the edge here, and I am following it to the beginning, and here it is. So I'm going to start doing it as slowly as I can, carefully, so we don't break the leaf. Let's see here. Okay, that came off pretty easily. All right. The leaf is very thin, but it is very oily, which is also a good thing, you know. So it's probably not a bad cigar. It's probably just been relabeled. Well, we'll find out soon enough. It is a little thin. Yeah, it breaks pretty easily. All right, put that to the side. I mean, it seems to be pretty much in one piece, which is good. Like, you know, a nice, no obvious flaws on that leaf. Now here we're down to the binder. So what I'm going to do with the binder, again, find the edge where it begins. Let's see, here it is. Got it. Try to pull this off in one piece without breaking it too much. All right. Oh, this got stuck here. Yeah, we kind of lost it a little bit there. All right. Okay, so we got the binder off. Again, it appears to have been made from one solid leaf, although it is missing a big section here. You know, don't think that's supposed to be that way, but yeah, we didn't leave any part of it behind. So, you know, again, doesn't look incredibly bad. It is very oily also, which is a good sign. It is. This one's definitely pretty thick. This one's definitely thicker than the wrapper, that's for sure. All right, we'll put that to the side. All right, I'm gonna wipe all these little crumbs away because we want to see what's really coming out of this cigar in the end. So, all right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this cigar apart. And this should be a bunch of leaves that are wrapped together. They should not be bits and pieces. So let's take a look. And so far, okay. So what we're looking for here is anything that is really obvious, it being like scraps from the floor rather than a good cigar. Okay, first of all, look at this. This is the stem right here of the tobacco leaf. Look at this. This is this is very, very hard right here. A very thick stem. That is not normal. You will never see this in real Cuban cigars. Okay, but the leaf itself seems to be all one piece. Here we got a few smaller pieces. Again, look at this. Oh, this is the tail. Oh, my apologies. Oh, no, this is not the tail. This is another scrap because the tail is still attached here. So this is a piece of scrap that was in there, just kind of rolled up tobacco leaf. All right, we'll shake this off, see if anything weird falls out of it. At least we didn't find any bugs, and not yet, but this is pretty much the filler. Again, another one of those heavy stems right here, very thick stem. And these leaves seem to be pretty broken up. Here's another leaf. A lot of like small, really junk pieces. Here's another one. This leaf here, also with a big stem, and seems to be like decaying pretty badly. Yeah, this is a very thick stem here. This is, look at this. I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. Look at this. This is very thick. All right. And again, it looks like it was, instead of being, you know, whole leaves that were rolled up together, this looks like it was smaller pieces of leaves that were rolled up, another stem. See, these stems are supposed to be removed in the rolling process. Should be only leaves. These leaves are, they haven't been cleaned up. These are probably like a bad bunch of leaves that they put aside and they decided to make cigars with them. On the plus side, there was nothing in here as far as bugs or any human hair or anything of that sort. What do we have here? No, this is part of the leaf. But it shouldn't have been like this. This should have been more a bunch of whole leaves rather than pieces, and there should have been no stems in here. So I'm looking around at the debris, and there was not a whole lot of debris, which is also a good thing. So, you know, this could have been a very cheap branded cigar altogether that was relabeled, or maybe just, like I said, a bunch of bad leaves that were probably set aside as unusable, and somebody decided to roll some cigars with them and put this fancy Behike label on it. So there you go, guys. That was it. I had never had the opportunity to cut one of these open. I got my hands on one. As disappointed as I was that it wasn't a real cigar, I was kind of excited because it gave me the opportunity to cut it up and see for myself what could really be inside a fake cigar. So with that said, be careful when you're out there. Look at those labels closely. I mean, despite the fact that they did a wonderful job on this one, you know, you really got to look at them carefully. Watch where you buy them. Be careful how much you pay for them. And more than ever, just be careful what you're smoking, because you never know what could be in here. Thanks for watching again, guys. Have a wonderful day, and happy smoking to all of you.